Got a lot to go through, folks, and there are some things developing in the market that I think are very important at this time. You can see Bitcoin has now crossed over the zero line on the trading indicator. So this is a weekly chart. Of course, you guys know we are long-term investors. We don't trade the 1 minute, the 2 minute, the 5 minute, the 15 minute, the hour. We're trading the longer term time frames, mostly the weekly, and we use the daily as well to pinpoint entries. Okay, but with that being said, if you're new to the channel, what we generally like to do is buy when this blue wave is down here below the zero line. And why is that? That's typically because that's when people are more fearful. That's when there's a lot of FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And that's when we like to buy. And these waves, they correlate exactly with the price of the chart. So if you look here back in July when we went into the last, leg up, we were down here printing a green dot, right? That was down here in this area. We've had similar action for the last couple of weeks, folks, for the last couple of weeks. And I'm talking a couple of months, okay? 2 to 3 months of just sideways consolidation, just like we got here. And then what happened after that? We absolutely mooned. Okay. We went from down here at 30 all the way up here to around 70. That's over 100% move if you're buying during this consolidation period. And we use a cheat sheet, folks. We use a cheat sheet. It's right here in the Discord if you want to take a look at it. It's very, very easy to read if you're using a weekly chart. Right down here is where the despair is. So to me, despair is in when something's 50 to 60% off the highs. Bitcoin was about 55% off the highs when it pulled all the way back down here to 33K. Okay, that means the price was cut in half. That means the people that were buying it at 69K lost half of their portfolios. Okay, they put $10,000 in, they're down to 5,000. That is what I call despair. Okay, that is what I call despair. And then after despair, there's this little phase. It's called the stealth phase. And that's what we've seen over the last 3 months. If you've been on the channel, if you're inside the Discord, you know we've been buying. We've been buying for the last 3 months. Okay, we were buying down here at 33K. We were buying up here at 40K. We were buying back down here at 30K. Dollar cost averaging throughout this whole period of time. And why? Because this blue wave's been down here giving us green dots. Right when we saw that green dot, right, that was the signal that we have bottom. Meaning this 33K has played the bottom. So we've been playing that as the bottom for the last, like I said, 2.5, 3 months. And we've broken out over the resistance, right? We did have a resistance level at about 45 and we're sitting right on it right now after we broke out. I'm looking for a 52K Bitcoin, folks. I'm looking for a 52K Bitcoin and I'm sitting mostly cash right now. I just want everyone to know that. I'm not looking to buy anything right now. Again, because the risk reward is not really there. Like if we pull back to 33K and I'm buying at 45, well, I'm going to be down 30%. Look at this. We've broken over that zero line. Like I just said at the beginning of the video, we've broken over the zero line. We were buying down here. We've been buying for 2 months. I am fully positioned. I do have cash sitting on the sideline waiting. I'm waiting now for this daily to pull back now. So the same thing with the weekly that's going on right now, right? We want to buy down here when the green dots are printing, right? That's the best time to buy. If you think of this as like a fear and greed index, right? Warren Buffett, all the famous investors say you want to buy when others are fearful and sell when they're greedy. Okay. Back in November of 2021, you could tell we were in a new paradigm delusion greed phase. This is when everybody was just going nuts, folks. They were going nuts. Every Twitter influencer and their mother was telling you to buy Bitcoin all the way up here back in November. That was the typical, easy to read new paradigm. And again, new paradigm's up here, right? Printing red dots. We want to buy the green dots and sell the red dots. It's as simple as that. That's the trading strategy, guys. I have no secret sauce. I have no tips or tricks or anything like that. My trading strategy is based completely around discipline and patience. That's all it is. Okay, that's all it is. I have no secret sauce. It's really that fucking simple. If you're buying assets that you think are going to be higher in the next 5 years, using the strategy I'm talking about, meaning you're buying down here, right, and selling up here. This is where we're buying, this is where we're selling. And throughout time, this strategy has won. Okay. You could have been buying throughout this whole time, right? If I was using this strategy, I just came across this strategy and started using it in crypto, back here in August, right? This is when the last takeoff phase took off, right? I haven't been in crypto that long. I've been watching crypto, right? I was watching crypto come down here to 3K back in December. And if I would have had this indicator in the strategy, I would have been buying the shit out of it, right? But now, I'm just using it now, right? We're unfortunately all the way up here at 45K, but I'm a true believer in cryptocurrency. I think the market cap is going to grow over the next 5 to 10 years. Okay. Even 2 to 5 years. I think we're going to get a 10x, meaning Bitcoin is going to be at 450,000 in the next 2 to 5 years. That's my prediction. Okay. And I'm just going to be buying these dips, right? I'm going to be buying these dips on the weekly and selling the rips on the weekly throughout that whole period of time, throughout that whole grind all the way up to 450K. Okay, that's my strategy. So what I want to do now, okay, now when this wave is down here below the zero line on the weekly, now I want to zoom into the daily. I don't want to do the same fucking thing. Okay, I want to come down here and I want to buy when it's down here on the weekly, right? Here was the last bull run. What did we have? We have this run up from about 28K all the way up to 53. Okay, kind of like we're getting right now. We're getting a little bit of a run up. We're about to get that 5200 day cross there. And I think that's going to send us up to 52K. I think we come up and tap this level. Yes, we could break it, but we've hit resistance right there. We got rejected and we got rejected right here. But what happened, right? We had this massive run up period, right? And then we pulled back, boom. And what do you see here? What do you see here? You see the green dots down here below the fold. This is where we were buying. Okay. We might have been buying a little bit right here too. So I'm sitting cash heavy. Okay. And you can see all of these assets right now are overextended on the daily. They're all in a good place on the weekly, right? We're just starting to come over into a bull market on Bitcoin. That's because we had this breakout. But the majority of the coins are now overextended to the upside on the daily. And again, I'm just a disciplined trader that trades like this. I only want to buy when it's down here because this is when people are the most fearful, right? This is when I want to be accumulating, right? Not when we're just falling like this, not when we're in capitulation, right? We want despair to be in and we want to start going sideways. You can see it stopped going down and it started going sideways here, right? We've been buying since January. That's when we've been buyers. Because we bottomed here and we bottomed here again. Okay, we got the bounce, came back, bottom. That's called a double bottom. And now we've just been going sideways in this range. Well, we've been going sideways in a range of 45K to 33 until we broke out last week. And yes, we did break out. So we're sitting on a crucial resistance level right now for Bitcoin. And again, I think we're going to come up here to 52K and see what we do at that point. But again, I just want this wave to come all the way back down here and start printing the green dots. That's what I'm going to start buying assets again. Again, I'm saving as much freaking cash as I can because I think we're going to get this sell-off, right? This is what the first sell-off is called. We want to buy this stage. We want to buy in this stage and in this stage. So I think we've had the takeoff phase. We've broken over a crucial resistance level on a lot of these names, right? We broke over that 45K level and now we're sitting right on top of it. I think we're going to get a first sell-off and it's going to come into a bear trap. People think we're going down again, kind of like they did over here. Boom, there was the green dots and it absolutely ripped to the upside. So I am now waiting on this kind of a move. I'm waiting on this kind of a move. Could we grind up here to 52K? Absolutely, but that's okay. Because the risk to reward right now, right? If you're playing from here to 52K, I mean, it's just not there, right? It's just not there. And I want it to be a little better, risk to reward for me to take an entry. Right now, Bitcoin could dump back down here to 33K, or it could come up here to 52K, get rejected, come back down to 44. I don't know what's going to happen, folks. I don't know what's going to happen. All I know is we're overextended on the daily, and I don't want to be buying when this wave is up here. I want to be buying when this wave is down here. And I'll tell you right now, one of the only names that I see that is down in planting season on both the daily and the weekly is Jasmy. Okay, this thing had a massive run up. This was about a 400% move, and now it's pulled back. Okay, and I'm using that I was using support at 3 cents, and that's where it's sitting right now. I don't think this thing breaks 0.023, but again, you can see the wave is now down here on the daily, and it is also down here on the weekly as well. Okay, so we're buying the green dots on the weekly, and then we're waiting for the green dots down here below the fold. That's called a double dot print. Again, if you guys are new to the channel, we look at ourselves as farmers, right? We're planting seeds down here. We're planting our seeds, getting ready for harvest season. Harvest season's up here. Okay, when we should be selling, when we're getting red dots above the fold, just like you saw on Bitcoin's chart right here. Okay. Harvesting up here, planting down here on a weekly. We're mostly focused on the weekly, but once we get the signals on the weekly, we want to zoom into a shorter term time frame and really pinpoint our entries, because that's what we do here on this channel. We're technical traders. We're not fundamental traders. If the coin is good, right, if it's in the top 50 or it has some fundamentals or potential to 10, 20x, then we want to be paying attention to it. Okay. And you can see all the names in my portfolio inside of the Discord. If you're a member, they're right down here inside of the portfolio update. You can see all the names. I post every single move I make, every buy, every sell I make down here in this section.